Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Bob's Liquors. Bob's Liquors wants to wish all of their customers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't fret when it comes to buying the perfect gift. Bob's has you covered. Whether you select a bottle of wine or bourbon or even a gift card, something from Bob's Liquors will make anybody happy. Bob's Liquors has 2 convenient locations to serve you in Ferdinand and, of course, right in our backyard here in Holland. Also, don't wait to begin your New Year's Eve planning. Bob's Liquors has you covered to rock in 2025. Bob's Liquors and the Wondering Dutchman want to remind everyone to enjoy responsibly, must be 21 or older to purchase from Bob Liquors, and always designate a driver.
The Wondering Dutchmen Podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchman Podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchman! Yeah! The Wondering Dutchman!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wandering Dutchman Podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. We are brought to you by Bob's Liquors, and here we are, fellas. In real time, it is Thanksgiving Eve, almost just as important of a holiday as Thanksgiving.
Blackout Wednesday.
Oh, it is for those that are young enough to do it.
Amateur hour.
When you get old like us, you really start to pull the reins back. Like, right, Smoke Dragon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You need a squeegee?
He's freaking glistening.
You are glistening like that Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah,
We're going to need to get makeup in here and dabble a little on that.
Wow.
It's
We need some
okay.
powder.
Here we go. Let's introduce the table. We'll start with him because his forehead is a glistening. Wearing the rose-colored glasses, hailing from Richmond, Indiana, it's our buddy, David Allen Smoker.
Hello.
Sitting there in the middle, repping our title sponsor for this month with Only Cans, the pride of Holland, Indiana, Zachary David Meissner.
Hola.
And I am Esquire, and we are here. We got a few partakers in the lounge tonight. Such exciting stuff. Fellas, I almost tore my ACL earlier. Yep. So,
Shitter.
well, nope.
Easy, Papa.
Yep.
You slip on a Lego?
Well, nope. I had the Crocs on coming into the garage.
Got some miles on them, don't
Rookie.
they?
Rookie move.
Didn't have them in 4-wheel.
Rookie move.
And I took a step, and my right leg just buckled and slid.
Haven't we talked about Papa Mace rotator cuff?
Yeah. So I just
Rotator cuff.
I just
Is
took
that in
the
your
brunt.
shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa tore his rotator cuff via the Crocs coming back from watering the dog in the backyard.
Yeah. So I went down, and just Zobug was at the house, and I just paused for a minute, and I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And then I thought, good thing we don't have circuit television, closed circuit television,
Right.
to watch my big ass take a spill. But ACL is still intact, I think, and we'll get it all figured out. But yeah, almost tore the ACL today.
Oh, yeah. That would have been terrible. It's too loud, they say. Peanut Gallery says it's too loud.
We had somebody in the lounge the other day we cranked it up for because
Oh.
they couldn't hear.
Fricky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
he
is
deserves
exactly
to be called
right.
out for
Yeah.
that.
After we tomahawked a bottle at him and did everything else. Luckily, with the magic of editing, hopefully he listens to this. We couldn't hear his dumbass snoring over the microphone.
Well, and it's his phone that was going off with the quack.
Was it the quack or the chicken?
Oh my gosh.
Bird.
It was embarrassing.
Some
So,
sort of foul.
fellas, how was last weekend? Anything exciting? Anything noteworthy?
Well,
Miranda.
oh, yeah.
Miss Miranda.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Miss Miranda Schwinghammer. Went up to the VF W for a little bit of a soiree up there.
That's right.
Remember that band's name? Silly Rules.
That's I knew it was. I was going to
Yeah,
say
Silly Rules.
Well, it wasn't Overboard.
No, it wasn't. And they were, I'm going to say it, they weren't as good as our buddies Alan and
hard to beat.
the drummer, Weirdo.
Derek.
Yeah, that guy.
There you go.
Well, drummers are always weird. Nobody knows their names.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Well, it's a 2-man band. You can't really.
they had a really wide repertoire of music, and I liked it. I mean, it was all right. Good toe tapping jams every
Yeah.
now and then. I was sober as a judge. Drove everybody around and drove everybody home. It was nice.
That's good.
Felt good. Yeah, VF stunk in there.
Smelled like steamable packs of broccoli. In the
Yeah,
hallway.
they need
Well,
they
they-
need to do some work up there with their sewer system. I do believe project is underway. I think, but
That's good.
you know,
I
just
was surprised to learn that the VFW was cash only.
hell yeah.
Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They make a
Cash only.
mean fried chicken.
God bless. Yes, it was. Man, that chicken was good.
Yeah.
Turns out our cheapskate friend Christian Schwinghammer.
I think probably more people showed up than
Shots fired there. Only decided to make 8 pounds of ground beef for about 50 people.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
taco
and I didn't get any taco meat. I got to have me a vegetarian nacho, which it's fine. I mean, it's whatever. I'll never let him forget it, but it's okay. So thankfully, some very, very gracious friends of ours decided to buy every piece of chicken that the establishment had after their dinner
And
was over.
all the French fries, pickled chips.
I
and,
pretty much had heartburn for
mozzarella
3
sticks.
days after that, after all of the fried foods that we had that evening. And then, you know, I think,
Came back here and karaoke.
yeah, and just guys, the talent that we have in this neighborhood in our group
Mm-hmm.
with like the songbirds.
Yeah.
Casey, it was
A mix of Fergie and Jesus.
it would bring a tear to your eye. I mean, we could play a video of it on the show if you wanted to, but I'm not sure with copyright issues.
Yeah, I don't
and
think we
things.
got everybody's consent.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that.
Oh.
But you know, just the copyright stuff.
Our legal department here at the Wondering Dutchman.
If we would
not
have
real
played
big.
the actual song, then we can't. But if it's karaoke,
Yeah, there's no song.
Then it's probably fair use.
yeah, it would be fair use for sure. Yeah. So
We'll go with that.
Good
Well, that's
times.
good. That sounds like
It was
a
okay.
blast.
and then
Well,
Sunday, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep her rolling, feller.
What'd you do Sunday?
Probably did a little churching.
No,
No church this weekend.
no.
Sorry, Pastor Dave. Pastor Dan.
Pastor Dan.
We need to bring him onto the show. Do an
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah.
That would be a good
Yeah.
one. Mm-hmm.
What did I do Sunday?
Well, didn't you come over to my house for a spell?
Yeah, Vikings were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and the missus.
Yeah.
And then later in the evening, I got to see you.
Yeah.
Because brother Corey, he
Yeah.
harvested a big old
Yeah.
whitetail slickhead,
Yeah, he
big
had
old
a
freezer queen.
pretty good sized doe there that he,
Yeah.
you know, the little pansy ass bitch called me and said, I can't lift it up there.
I'm not really for sure you should call him a pansy ass bitch after the way he was talking about you, brother man.
What do you mean?
Well, turns out old Esquire's got a little bit of the soft spot for the
I still, yeah.
for the younger deer.
I will wholeheartedly admit if I have a mountain dog that is bigger than what is rolling out there, that's
the
got a
one that
white
was
dick,
hanging in my tree when you
Yes.
got there.
I will not. And I am the worst hunter in the world.
Man, you
I
gotta
have publicly said I go out there to just be left alone and enjoy nature and be one with nature. But I just have a hard time with it.
you're gonna have to realize that those
I know.
are the best eating ones out of the whole herd.
Yeah, but I can't stop seeing Monty hanging up there.
Well, as soon as you get to hide off, you wouldn't be able to tell, and that's how it works. I mean, it is what it is.
It is
yeah.
what it is. I'm just
So the Shirley boy killed one, and then Corey killed one. So we had the old what did Josh call it? Butcher and Bush Light.
Yeah.
Butcher and Bush Light on 1025 was open for business
yeah.
Good deal.
Sunday evening.
Yeah. Well, then I learned from my father.
Did we come over there Sunday?
I don't know when you came over.
Because
yeah, you
we
did
took
because
the
you were
buggy to
you were hel-
Jasper Sunday.
yeah, but you were there earlier for a little bit because you said you were hella hungover and you needed something. Yeah, but you never did
No,
come.
we never came over. Jenna was wanting to go for a buggy
Philadelphia fake out's what that was.
Yeah,
that's
we-
right. I
we
remember
buggied
that.
So
to
Dave
Jasper.
never came over on Sunday.
Mm-mm.
I was
I didn't think
convinced
so.
there
No, can confirm.
that
he
Dave
did not.
was there, but
No, can confirm.
So I tell you what we got into, and it's weird because just talked about it on episode last week about a Black Friday purchase we made back in like 2009 of a washer and dryer, and the dryer was still kicking.
yeah.
The washer shit out this week.
Ah,
So we're going Black Friday shopping again. So, 14 years later or something like that.
Mhm.
Somewhere in there to-
what are we looking for? I saw the missus had posted about a Speed
I
Queen.
think we're going to buy a match set of Speed Queens.
Now, the only bad thing about the Speed Queens is
Small drums.
you're going to lose your capacity.
Now, my cousin Sarah called when Jenna posted that and talked to her and said the loads are smaller, but they only take like 28 minutes.
Are they there, big fella?
Well, I'll tell you this. When it comes to small loads, I don't know anything about it because we only deal in big loads around my area.
Big loads.
Just because, we had to get the big capacity ones for the bigger loads. Because I'm a big guy and I got to wear big clothes.
Yeah. And make a big load.
And big blankets,
And that
blankets, big load.
And that receptacle takes big loads all the time, weekly.
The wash machine.
Yeah. That's a receptacle. You put
You're exactly
it
right.
receives. Yeah, it is.
There we go.
But yeah, so I was talking it up last week, but here we are. And
you done jinxed yourself.
Mm-hmm. Thought I was going to fix it. Watched the YouTube video, not enough of it.
Oh.
And,
now, we got a little back alley washer machine man that you might want to console with. But did you already purchase it?
Well, no. The problem is I know what's broke, and it should be easy to get to, but you got this bolt that holds the whole ass thing together.
Yeah.
And it's got blue Loctite on it from the factory. And the fella on the video is talking about how you got to be careful how hard it is to get out of there. Well, yeah, it's hard to get out of there with the socket because the thing spins while you're socketing. Well, that's what they make the old Ooga Doogas for. So I got an old 12-point socket down there, and I put it on the end of that Milwaukee Ooga Dooga. And I thought I had it, but I just rounded the bolt all the way off.
Oh.
So I'm not going to say you couldn't get it out, but it's going to take heat, and everything in there is plastic.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get hurt in the process, and it ain't worth a sprain.
No.
Tennis elbow or something.
No.
Yeah, you don't need that in your life.
So to hell with it.
Yeah, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Big fella, anything else for you?
No. Last night made our first trip to Perry Central for the away game, 6th grade girls basketball. Took a loss. Final score at the end of the game of 4 quarters was 15-9.
Good defense.
Yep, it was
a lot of great defense.
And the thing is, guys, is our girls are behind. There's no other way around it. The feeder program, I'm bold enough to say it, but the feeder program has lacked in the past, and it's showing now. And guys, sometimes you got to do things right if you want success at the end. And I'm here to tell you that it wasn't done right, and we're struggling with it now. But we'll get there. We'll get there. They're young. They got time to grow and learn. But hey, one thing I was upset mostly about our trip to Perry Central is they didn't get a play in the Foam Dome.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know you probably don't know what the Foam Dome is.
I've been in there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good deal.
I'm surprised because you don't go on road games. You're kind of a home game only guy, right?
Here and there, like during the week. Like on a weekend, I'll go to an away game. But like if there's other kids to run around and
yeah,
you got
a whole bunch of stuff. But there was a Saturday tournament up there, and one of the games was in
the Foam Dome. Now the Foam Dome's always about 300 degrees.
Yeah,
and the locker room was they didn't turn the heat on down there. That's a tough spot.
A lot of carcinogens floating around in that roof system, I believe.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't change the state it's in, or if there's somebody throws a ball up there and it gets some dust down there, that's probably not good.
Sure,
but the old Foam Dome, that's a piece of
history.
Hoosier hysteria history.
A lot of memories.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, that little warm-up is not only brought to you by that fake fireplace, but our buddies at Dubois County Tire and Supply.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Santa saw you on the nice list. Santa also saw the tread on your tires. If you're starting to get down to the wear bars, don't wait till the new year to get that much-needed set of Mastercraft tires. Snow, sleet, and ice are coming. Don't be driving around on racing slicks. It's a matter of safety for not only you, but those you share the road with. See Zeth and the crew at Dubois County Tire and Supply today. Dubois County Tire and Supply would also like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right, big fella. What say you?
Well, guys, I had some test results come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's something we need to talk about.
We are a very pro health,
Yep.
pro take care of yourself podcast.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you guys could tell or not. If you caught the vibes, and I'm sorry, but I've been struggling a little bit lately. You know, had a little bit of case of the blues and really lack of motivation. Just all in all, just not really struggling to find just my gonads,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
You went to sack up and there was no sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and, I said, hey, doc, listen, I just ain't got it anymore, and I'm not old yet, and I don't know. I know I'm fat and I know I've had some knee surgeries and this and that, whatever, but I just ain't got it. And he said, well, let's get some blood work for you, big fella.
Yeah.
I got low T.
Yep.
Low T.
I got low T, guys.
Oh boy.
And I don't have like super low T like somebody else we know that we can. I mean, if he wants to talk about it, we can. But if we don't, then that's fine.
It's not me.
I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we probably did.
might have.
We probably did. But my test results came back that my testosterone is definitely low, is what the wordage writes.
Well, I wouldn't say that's just a little bit low then. That's low.
Yeah.
Mine
Well,
was
If you put
extremely
definitely in front, yours was extremely.
Like,
Yeah.
I think I was a couple weeks away from having my first period.
yeah, David was one baby cry away from his nipples starting to leak.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
tough.
So can I milk you?
Yeah.
Not
David's,
anymore. I've been on treatments for
David's
a while.
nipples were
Yeah.
about to start leaking.
Mhm.
So my testosterone, and this is we're transparent here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
We're
mean,
amongst friends too.
we're not breaking any HIPAA laws because we're talking about me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
waived
Like
that.
I'm the patient
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not. It's okay.
Yeah. It's
legal.
your
According to an adult male reference, the interval is based on a population of healthy, non-obese males.
We're out.
BMI less than 30, between the age of 19 and 39 years old, which I fall into one of those categories.
Mhm.
You're a lot closer to the 39 than you are the 19.
And I'm way away from the obese. I mean, non-obese.
Yep.
Yep. So the normal parameter is 264 to 916 is what your testosterone should and
That's
could
a
be.
very wide range.
And I tested in at a whopping 242.
Ooh.
What was it supposed to be?
264
is the
to
minimum.
916, somewhere in there.
So 264 is probably low T, but not definitely low T.
I was
Right.
140 or 160.
Oh,
I was closer to the female range than I was the male.
were
Right.
you taking estrogen?
No.
Was like Jenna putting something in your morning coffee?
She didn't make my coffee. I don't know.
Was it like, did she make like some popcorn or some puppy chow? Or
I don't know.
Here,
It was-
Dave, let me
Yeah.
make your
It was
coffee
wild.
for
It was
you.
way down.
you were almost like transitioning.
So my free testosterone direct, which Justine explained to me that's like your available testosterone.
That's what you got right now. Like if you had to get in a fist fight, this is what you have available.
Like that's the max. Like you should, like you're ready to rip. That could be from 8.7 to 25.1.
Yeah.
I was at a 4.2.
Oh, there's no get up there, buddy.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like I can still perform when it need. Like if I need to perform.
Yeah. You don't
You
have
know-
erectile dysfunction.
No, I don't. Like I can still perform.
You're not a limp dick.
No, I'm not a lip dick bitch. But it's just sometimes I'm just tired. I think I'm just going to go to bed,
Yeah, hell yeah.
and that ain't good. You know,
Well,
that
you
ain't-
know.
Well, guys got to get his rest. I understand that. So anyway,
Bojangles.
Fires is going too there.
He jumped
Think-
earlier. I think
Yeah.
he must have
Bojangles?
been
Is he
Neighbor Doug,
training?
neighbor Doug watched him come out of the
I think neighbor Doug
ash bucket.
secretly
The
is
Red
Bojangles.
Riders lock, cocked, and ready to rock over
Oh,
there if you
Jesus.
think you get a fire.
We're not shooting at Bojangles, bud. Ain't happening. He's a permanent staple around this establishment.
You should have keyed me in on that. He's probably gun shy now because I've been taking every shot I can at that little buster.
But anyway, my normal sex hormones bind glob, according to this, is I'm good. 35.6. I'm in the parameter for that. So we're okay for there. But the thing that I don't understand is I've been diagnosed. Like I have a diagnosis with hypogonadism.
Mm-hmm.
I thought gonads was just like a slang thing.
No, it's a real thing.
Medical term.
It's a real deal. Like you really have gonads, and I do believe that's what.
So are like the gonads
probably
part of the testicles?
No, I think it's somewhere in that genital area, but it doesn't. I don't think it's actually in your nut, but it's. It says right here that I've got hypogonadism, and I need to do. I'm gonna start juicing.
Sweet.
I got to pick up my needles tomorrow, or Monday.
I'm out. I just ran out.
I'll maybe
Last
give you a
dose
shot
the
if
other
you need
day.
one.
Nah, just get some more.
Okay.
I don't think you're allowed to say
So
that.
what-
We can't swap needles either because that's how we get AIDS and stuff. Yeah.
Well, hopefully
Dirty
you
needles
two
are
are.
not
Easy,
good.
Brian White.
He had sickle cell, didn't he?
No, he had he was a hemophiliac.
I
Got a
told
blood
Josh, we were
transfusion.
drinking beer one time, and I told Charlie that. I said, boy, that Ryan White, he sure did have a tough go at it.
Brian White was the singer.
Yeah, no, Ryan
Oh
White.
gosh!
Anyway,
I said Brian
This is
White.
Yeah.
the second time we've done this. in the history
Ryan
of the
White
podcast.
was the guy up there from
Goshen.
Kokomo or somewhere.
yes,
Uh,
north central
I was
Indiana.
thinking Goshen. But
Anyway, yeah, I
because you
said that
said
he.
Goshen.
I thought he had sickle cell.
No, he was a
Well,
hemophiliac.
yeah, he's hemophiliac. Turns out sickle cell is only happens in.
African Americans.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had that all classic mix up there.
Oh.
But guys, listen. Here's the deal. If you're not feeling
Are
good,
you going to give you your own shot?
yeah. Well, I mean, I told Justine she could.
I think for you, the sake of your marriage, let Justine take her anger out on you, giving you a shot of tea, and I bet your marriage will get better.
Well,
too.
it's not it wouldn't be, but it's like
not saying your marriage is bad. I don't
no,
want to.
it's not the best. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean,
No, I
goddamn,
almost
guys.
went to his wife for my tea shots because Jenna did not like giving. I guess she doesn't like giving the through the muscle ones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that stuff stick like molasses,
Oh,
so the
good.
needle's real big around,
Oh boy,
and it's long enough.
world class air.
She has stabbed me. What bone is this?
Your
femur?
She has hit the bone a couple times.
No,
Ain't a chance. Not a chance she's hit your bone. No.
Ask her.
How long's that needle?
I mean, longer than my leg is half wide. I mean, it's a big.
You don't
It's
have
that
very
big
thick. You
around.
kind of do have bird legs.
Yeah, I mean, the
Well, it's
bone
his
ain't-
bitch shins.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's because twice now she's been like, "Oh, sorry," and I'm like, "Oh, god dang!" Like that'll get.
Well,
you.
I'll probably
you
take it in the ass,
Oh, I always take my
cheek,
No,
in the cheek, not
now,
like
see,
in
for
the
some
ass, but like
reason-
in the cheek.
My left thigh has been numb for like a year and a half.
Yeah, she
Like
probably
a-
hit a sensory nerve.
Well, it was just my right one over on the other side.
Okay, never mind. Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway.
it just says major muscle groups is where you're supposed to take it. But I'm gonna try this first, and then
You
if
got a
that don't
major
work, I'm
muscle
gonna
group in your ass.
yeah.
Your
I've
gluteus
had one,
maximus,
yeah.
big fella.
But if this don't work, then I'm gonna try them fat shots because I found a black market dealer that's
Oh,
got
boy.
some of that.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah!
I'm just gonna go all in, guys. You know,
Do
because
both.
you only live once, and
YOLO.
at this point,
I started.
what difference does it
I
make?
started the tea when I started the
Adipex.
D.
Adipex.
Oh yeah, that's when you were running around here like your
Dixon
hair was,
Harley.
you
when
and-
your fucking hair was on fire.
You and Bojangles were running around this place at the same pace. I feel like I should go get my testosterone.
Hell yeah!
could.
Just be part of the podcast.
You should.
But what happens if I come back like a man's man, like my tea is good?
Then that's
Then we're
one
gonna have to
thing
figure
you've got
out-
up on me.
Yeah. That's one. You got up on me, then, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, hey, buddy, I
Yeah.
hope you have a very good recovery.
That's what I said. Time to kick it into high gear because you know I've kind of got myself into a spot with it. You know,
You're in a rut.
Yeah, and it's affecting everything. It's affecting my home, my work, my just in general, and I'm just I'm tired of it. You know,
I'm tired, boss. Yeah.
so it's time to get things rolling.
Well, we
trying to
support
find
you.
that BDE again.
Well, you had it when we were hitting the gym.
I did. You're right. I was feeling real good. Had a lot of big dick days when we were doing that, but anymore, just little box turtle. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's all I was thinking about. What you got, big guy?
Well, I'm in the hot tub moving business.
Oh.
I can't wait for this because I was kind of pissed that you didn't ask.
It's okay.
Because we had this whole plan.
Yeah.
You text me about this trailer and
Trailer was too small.
we got to get this and we're going to do that. And, I said, hell yeah, buddy, I'm ready to rip. Just let me know.
Is that what you wanted them dollies for the other day?
Yeah, didn't need them. Didn't end up needing them.
Yeah,
Thank you, though, for.
Yeah, no worries.
So my mother and father put a hot tub in their basement way back when. It's not a big, 8-person. It's a 3-person.
Yeah.
Just nice little hot tub. Weighs a healthy 600 pounds.
Okay.
That thing looked like a jellyfish farm one time.
Yeah, probably, maybe. But anyways, I talked to my dad about it, and I said, hey, are you going to use that anymore? Janelle and I'd like a hot tub, and instead of going to buy one, I figured I could get yours out of the basement.
Yeah,
I'd be doing you a favor. And then he's not going to see it that way, but
Yeah, no, I was going to say mooch off mom and dad, but I have no room.
yeah, I was going to say, you could have thrown that out there. But so I concoct a plan, start doing some measuring, some figuring, and I discovered that you can move these spas on like a spa sled. MrSpa.com sells them for like $600. So I'm like, yeah, it's steep. So I go and look on Amazon. They got a $200 option. Well, I waited to order one too long, and I had made my mind up. Janelle and the kids were going to be gone this past Saturday, the 23rd, November 23rd. They were at
Clarksville.
the Derby Dinner Theater thing.
No idea what it was, but I saw it at the gas station.
Yeah.
Said they were heading to Clarksville.
Yeah, so that's where it's at down there. And so I call a friend of the program, Lee Vogler and Clint Hof, and those guys said, yeah, we'll help. So I didn't buy the sled to get it in time.
Two-timing son of a bitch.
I didn't get the sled in time. So I'm like, I gotta engineer. I gotta create something. So I started looking online. Well, there's these guys that have created their own. So I'm like, I can do that. I can create my own. Sure, no problem. So I do. I get all the stuff I need from Home Depot, get the sled built. My father, who listens to the show, was kind of skeptical about the design, rightfully so. I don't do many things right when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I.e. bent nail construction.
Bingo. So I get this sled built, and I think, there's no way this is going to work. So we get downstairs, and coming out of my father's basement, he's got he's done some work there, but back in the day when they built houses, sometimes over the stairwell going to the basement.
Yeah, put a closet up top.
Yeah, exactly. So he had kind of done some remodeling, and he had cut it out of 45, and that was the initial problem. Dad's like, you're not going to get it up the stairs. And I was like, well, Dad, if you flip the tub on the long side, the short side, we should get under it. We'll be all right. With that, I moved forward with everything. Comes to find out that's exactly where we got caught up. So the boys were like, hey, let's lift it first to make sure we can lift it. We get it on this sled. We start pulling it on concrete. And I'm like, hey, Ray, I've done it.
It works.
I started to think.
Brilliant.
I started to think, here we go. I've got it now. So we get it around there, and they're like, well, how are we going to get it up on this first step? Well, one of the videos I watched, they kind of had a piece of PVC pipe to help roll it up. I mentioned that, said, let's just lift it up. Okay, no problem. So we get the first step, we get going, we get the second step, we get the third step, and we run into the low-hanging part of the stairwell. Deflated. I'm very deflated.
Now, how did he get it in there?
Well, I'll talk about that.
The closet probably wasn't there when.
No, it was.
Okay.
So when they got it in there, it was 3 guys. Dad had cut the stairwell out except for 3 steps.
Okay.
And they left it on the long side up top and then just dropped it down.
Yep.
And I told Dad, I said, we're not going to cut out the stairs. We're not going to do that.
No.
Let's do it this way. Less work involved. Well, we run into a half-hour delay as those guys cut away from the low-hanging spot there in the stairwell to finally be ready to go. And the whole time, God bless my dad, because he could have easily just been like, I told you so. And he probably will once he listens to this. He'll probably say, I knew this was going to happen. And I told Dad, I'm like, I'm sorry. Lee and Clint are like, cutting away drywall and figuring and pulling away because I'm on the back end of the tub. Those guys were the lead guys. And so finally they get it cut away, like all the way as far as you can get it cut away. And so we start.
Oh, you're cutting drywall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we put a pretty good hole there.
Wow.
So finally it gets cut away. It's like, this will be better when we got to rebuild back, all that other stuff. So we get going. Well, a design flaw on the back end of the sled to put another anchor bolt so we could strap it. I used two 2x4s and my ass end's dragging. We discovered that once we got
to the bottom.
Yep.
Thread.
And then so finally those guys are like, we got nothing more to do it. And I was like, well, it. Dad, you can just cut it up. I'll tell Janelle it didn't work. It was never going to happen. And then I was like, well, here, slide down a 2x4. Dad, you help pry it up. Casey, you lift and we'll go. I proceeded to do that 13 times with right shoulder, everything I had. Like, just, you want to talk about low T? There was no low T in that stairwell that day. We get it. So each step, it just hurts more. Get it up there to the top. And then they're like, we can't go all the way back. There's not enough room clearance. And then Dad goes, oh, that's probably why they just stood it up on the tall end, dropped it in. So now we're at the top of the stairs. It's me, my dad's standing right there. And so now we start trying to wiggle this 600-pound spa at the top of a stairwell to get it to turn the corner. By the grace of God, it doesn't fall back on me or my dad. And we get it turned around. We get it set on carpet to pull through the house. Because then we had to take it to Dad's front door because the back door is not big enough. So we get it out the front door, off the porch. We get to the grass. Sled worked perfect. Got that baby laid down onto the trailer. Haul it out there. Get it on the porch. And it's there.
And it doesn't work.
It's got a code switch that we got to fix. Dad told me about that. Dad said, hey, it's got a switch that's not allowing it to do whatever. Should be an easy fix. We'll get it taken care of. Like, we'll be all in. I know what I need to get and do, but we officially have a spa on the back porch for the missus and I. Some lessons learned. First off, don't allow me to do any figuring because it's not going to work out. Second, design was good, but the back end was a problem now looking back. But if you guys need to borrow this sled, obviously it can move 600 pounds.
There you
go. It works pretty good.
Well, I guess I got room to grow then.
Shit.
But so it was kind of Janelle texted me and she's like, hey, how's everything going? Like, are we going to be able to make 4:30 church? And it's like 4:10. And I'm like, there's no way. I'll be home in 5. Clear the freaking porch. We're putting this son of a bitch up. So I get home. The kids are all in church clothes and they're running around because we brought and Buddy Hornet got us a trailer to use that was wide enough to set down. And then Lee and I got it up off the trailer onto the porch. Dad's help, Janelle's help. We got it up there. But a friend of the program, Kendall McHugh, was like, hey, this isn't going to work. And I'm like, it will. Watch. And she goes, every video you've watched, people are on a flat surface or going down. Your dumbass is going up. And I'm like, yeah, realize that, but it's going to work. It's going to work. So we got it through, minimal damage. And I just kept telling Dad, hey, don't worry. I got a half sheet of drywall. We'll be able to fix that, which I'm sure he feels very great about. But yeah, it was, don't need no hot tub sled. We made our own I spent $25 on one sheet of like super thin. Like, you ever been in a bathroom and they've got that white, like, barrier up so it's easy to clean. One sheet of that. I had the 2x4s at home, had to buy some lag bolts, the 2 eye bolts, had some rope, and other than that, like, it was pretty cheap moving. Nice. And now I've got one. But
hell yeah, brother.
Now the ride from Dad's house to my house is probably 7 to 10 minutes as the crow flies.
Yeah.
And by the time I got out at home, I was already so stiff. And so that night, Corey was like, hey, am I going to see you, at the tree stand? We're going to hunt in the morning. And I said, there's no way I'm climbing up a tree stand. Like, right shoulder was dead. Like, everything hurt. But it all worked out.
Hell yeah.
It all worked out.
So when are we having our first hot tub sit?
Boys, we ain't all going to fit in there. I mean, we would.
Well, you would just have to put more water in it the next time anybody wants to get in.
Yeah, that's true. We would. I mean,
is your garage is your porch sloping the correct way, like where all that water's not going to like run back in your house?
Yeah, we're good shape.
Now where'd you put it at?
At the very southern point there, like on the porch going back. So it's not on the front porch.
So you're going to be you'll be able to see the stars and everything from the.
See, now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Son of a buck.
Yeah, so it's good. So
I wanted to get one and put it in the walkout right next to the pool.
Well, I got a sled. We could get it down the hill.
We could. I don't know if we're going to get one though.
I love the idea of a crisp, clear winter night, sitting out there just enjoying it.
Yeah, streaking your hiney out there and jumping in.
Well,
oh yeah,
that's a good possibility.
Oh,
yeah,
I dig it.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like getting in the hot tub and your hair freezing and that whole deal, drinking cocktails, getting real drunk in a hot tub.
Now the kids are all excited because they think it's for them, but they don't realize it's not for you guys.
No.
Not for you guys.
Nope.
Hey, there we go. That first hour. Let's take a quick pause. And it's brought to you by Love Excavating and Neighbor Doug. Love Excavating is proud to sponsor this Pause for the Cause. Love Excavating wants to thank everyone for a great 2024 and hopefully an even better 2025. If you have a commercial or residential project, Love Excavating can handle it. From installing and repairing underground utilities, downspouts, footings, land clearing, drainage, and rock and sand hauling, Love Excavating can help you. Your friends at Love Excavating, including neighbor Doug, want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right, Smoke Dragon. Very interested and not surprised. Craft beer, you're out. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, it's been a few weeks ago now, but I had to go to Tampa for work there a few weeks ago. And we went to a place, we ate at the same place 2 nights in a row because it was in the parking lot.
Applebee's?
Whiskey Wings is what it was called.
Oh.
Probably Applebee's-esque. At any rate, so we want to go someplace different. We get recommended this Tampa Brew House tap room thing.
Yeah.
And we go over there. And I was a little skeptical that there'd be anything. And sure enough, they don't sell domestics. Like there's not normal people beer.
Not a Busch Light to be had.
No. And there wasn't down there in Florida. I mean, I had to go with some Bud Lights or Mick Ultras, And every time I go to some place, I think, you know what, Dave? Just suck it up. Finally.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, no, we don't have domestics. What do you like? I'm a Busch Light guy. Okay, what else
Well,
you
let
like?
me go get some tap water out of the bay.
Or Natty Light. Natty Light's good. And they're like, well, we got this,
They sell you on something that's not
India,
even freaking close.
Pale Peach Summer Blues. It's a light and you'll like it. And I try it and it's shit. And no, it wasn't my thing. And then I'll try the next one. No, it wasn't my thing. But nothing about me wants anything to do with craft beer. And I was like, what do you mean you don't like an IPA or whatever you call all these damn things? Like even down there in town, like I've gone down and tried theirs down yonder. And like I want to be able to go to a place where regular people go and everybody knows your name. But they got to sell Busch Light or Natty Light or something. I mean, you got to work with a fella. Like, what is the harm in selling an Anheuser-Busch product just because you're your own beer? Because I don't think it's all their beer. It's not like they're back there squashing hops in the backyard between their toes or something. I think they're just bringing them in from other places in Florida, so they're still distributing.
Squashing hops.
You know what I mean, or whatever.
It doesn't work that way.
I think that's what they do with grapes.
Well,
when they're making wine.
It smells like a foot.
Making wine.
When that fruit, sweet berry wine.
Glug,
I'm
glug.
not sure it's 12 inches, but it smells like a foot.
I'll tell you one thing. So I don't know. I absolutely. So I struggle to get down with some. I don't. So like those real danky IPAs, like the real super danky ones.
Now, see, I don't even know what that means.
Like danky means like real hoppy.
It's
real.
A lot of times it's the
bitter
citra hops.
Like the bitter just hits you right in the jowls, you know what I mean? Dries your mouth out, tastes like shit. I don't really like those. But there's people out there that literally, and obviously the higher IBU, which is like your dankiness.
Now, see, they had IBUs and some other weird number.
So like your IBUs is that, and then like obviously your ABV is going to go through the roof. The dankier it gets, the higher your drunkiness is going to get. And I don't get down on that shit. I'm a big sour beer guy.
Now, what is there like a brand that's sour beer? Like what I do?
Oh, the best sour beer.
I like Urban Artifact. That's a brewery out of Cincinnati.
Janelle likes them. Our friends at Bob's Liquors got them.
They sell
They have
that.
a good selection.
Gosh dang, who makes Sour Monkey?
That's
a
like an Athens Brewing.
I'm not sure what the brand is, but there's a traditional, like a Sour Monkey. It's a saison. It's like it's probably like a 9.5 or a 10%er, but you would hate it. You know what I mean? You would hate it.
I really like Busch Light.
I know, and you would hate it, but like I can some IPAs I can dabble in. Like I like Three Floyds, like Space Station Middle Finger, or the Zombie Dust. Some of those citrus IPAs.
I used to dabble with an Amber Bock. That's a dark beer.
Yeah,
my opinion.
I mean, Amber Bock is
darker than Busch Light.
Wouldn't call it craft, but I wouldn't call it.
I guess I don't mean craft beer. I mean anything that's not
Busch Light or Bud or
like Budweiser, like a diesel. You know, every once in a while you throw a diesel.
Good
down,
solid red label.
Yeah,
when you could just chew the beer.
Yeah.
Casey's all in.
Well, see, you're gonna paint that picture. Picasso.
He's a dark beer guy, though.
Now,
Casey likes those real.
One feller left these weird ass things, and he always got messed up looking cans. I don't know what it is.
Gumball Head, isn't it?
Gumball Head's a wheat beer.
Yeah,
this ain't Gumball Head in there.
No.
I don't think it's like
neighbor Doug. Fetch one of them blue cans out of there. Let's see what we got.
maybe one of those Natty Light cans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the middle shelf there. Kind of got to dig around. Probably got buried in the mix there. See what we got here.
Oh, the Three Floyds Jinx Proof Lager.
Yeah, hell, give me that sumbitch. I'll try to give her a whirl here. But yeah, Three Floyds is a very reputable brewery from Muncie, Indiana.
No, Munster, Indiana.
Munster, Indiana.
I would have thought Clarksville, neck of the wood, because of the Floyds.
So they actually do some limited run sours that literally smell like vomit. Like
so what kind of beer
it's a wort, like a sour wort.
Yeah,
like a wort sour, and those things
that smells like a beer.
Take a big gulp.
And that's a beer, buddy. You know what I mean? Like that's a craft beer right there that you're drinking. See, you know
that's a lager though. That's not even got the hops and stuff.
I don't like it. It's
not Natural Light or Busch Light.
That tastes like Stella Artois. Take a horn off that
Stella Artois, and it don't taste like that.
That's a Belgian lager. Tell me that don't taste like Stella.
Very close.
Yeah.
Really?
See what I mean? Now, Justine really likes a Stella Artois.
No, I'll drink Stella's at Clyde's house. He's got Stella's there.
For sure. So and Dave, a lot of times people just, you don't want to veer off the path. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay.
I'm a beer snob. I know that I am.
Yes, you are. And I know another beer snob, a guy that's near and dear to my heart, my own father-in-law. Absolutely will only drink one type of beer, and it has to be out of the certain vessel as well.
The bottle.
It has to be out of a bottle. Like it. I mean,
he a Bud Light bottle guy?
100%. Even through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Through thick and thin.
Thick and thin.
Yeah, I don't know. Like then I feel bad. Like you go to this place that sells beer and everybody's getting beers and
you get a water.
I get a water.
Just like we go to this one place down there in that shithole and they got the best fresh seafood in the world. And he's like, I'll have a salad. What? Yeah,
that's my go-to.
Some guys just, I don't know if you call it not cultured, but some guys are just
they know what they like and that's what they're going to say.
They're simple man.
I had a buddy in college lives over in Illinois now, fan of the program. He was a Bud Light guy through and through. Like we'd go to the Fox and Hound and they do $2 pints on all beers, $2.
Awesome place.
And he'd be Bud Light every time.
Your ABV's at a 5.7 at that lager.
Oh, okay. I bet this is like a 3.7 or
it's
4
probably
or 5.
A 4.1 or 4.2 probably.
4.2.
4.2. Yeah.
So a lot of times you're and so if you guys want to get real nutty, so Urban Artifacts they make some 10 and 13%ers. They make one that's called Astronaut Food that comes in like a
freeze dried.
Like the little Coca-Cola mini cans. The little mini cans.
Yeah,
it's about a 16 or 18%er.
Yeah,
and it's not even a full 12 ounces, and that shit will knock your dick off. So that stuff is gnarly.
When I was in law school, I was in Grand Rapids, voted Beer City, USA. They have a little place called Founders, and you see a lot of more Founders around here now. But that's where I kind of started drinking it because it's like a cultural thing up there. And so that's where I got into it. And they all kinds of stuff. They'd get into these double and triple IPAs, black IPAs. They'd have rye. They'd have all kinds of stuff. But my favorite beer up there is a breakfast stout, which has got kind of like it's darker. It's got like it's super dark, but it's got like a little bit of coffee taste to it. And it's like 8.3, but I enjoy them. I don't drink them as much, and I've got a bad habit of buying them in 6-packs. And then I'll drink one or two, and then
let the other one sit.
And it really pisses my wife off.
So those urban artifacts that the astronaut food, it's got an ABV of 15%. I stand corrected, but it's a blackberry and raspberry astronaut
blackberry
food,
wine,
and it's a fruited sour. So like most of those sours that I really enjoy the one that's a blackberry tart called the Gadget, and it's a blackberry fruited sour. So it's more of like it almost tastes like.
Sounds like a titty bar.
Beery wine. Like it's very thick. And it like, so another thing that's wild about these craft brews are they give you like basically a serving temperature, like what you're supposed to serve, like the temperature you're supposed to serve it at. And like all kinds, you know, they do the wine and they got the legs and all that shit. Like this whole craft beer world and the sour stuff. It's
Dave doesn't drink a wine that's got legs and you got to breathe.
But I mean, there's
like a Walmart $5 bottle.
There are beer snobs worse than you, my friend.
I just like black coffee, light beer, and white bread with bologna. You know what I mean? Like,
especially if it's Merkley bologna.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah. Well. Different strokes for different folks.
Amen.
But I haven't been up to that establishment on 4th Street in a little while, but I do like going in and having a couple. I do. But, you know, it's just one of those things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just something I was meant to bring up the other
now,
week.
what did you have you ever dabbled in the Upland Brewing Company?
Mm-mm.
Bloomington, Indiana's
Yeah.
own.
So Upland, do you guys you like Upland, don't you?
I've had
Like
they
their
actually
wheat, like their Upland wheat.
So they
their
did for
traditional
the
wheat?
Corn Ferry Tour Championship this year. They did a birdie beer.
Yeah.
That was featured.
Yep.
That was a very light wheat beer, and it did pretty well. It's good, but yeah, they got some good things.
I like their stuff too. Yep.
So, all right, fellas, it's time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cut question of the week for the fellas. Brought to you by Merkley and Sons.
The fellas at Merkley & Sons want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year in 2025. As you digest your Thanksgiving meal, it's not too early to start planning your Christmas and New Year's dinner. Whether you're thinking about beef or pork, you can't go wrong as long as you stop in at Merkley's. Also, ladies, don't forget that the special man in your life really only wants Merkley's bacon for Christmas, and maybe a box of seasoned patties to go with it. Get over and see Bradley, John Boy, and Eric today.
All right, fellas, now that Thanksgiving is officially over, you can now decorate for Christmas. Although some have been decorated since October, Dave has been decorated for a couple weeks now. House looks great.
Hey, yeah,
Our
he
buddy
did a great work.
Logan
Great
Clark
work.
did a great job. So I got some Christmas decorating related questions. Would you rather use colored lights or white lights?
Colored.
Same. Would you rather have a real Christmas tree or a fake tree?
We rolled both at the Smoker House, like simultaneously.
Fake only.
We're fake only because I'm allergic to real ones.
Poor genetic.
But you drink them hoppy like beers that taste like pine needles.
Yeah.
I'm a damn.
Well, this was just when I was a wee little fella. My parents had real tree and they
Maybe the
discovered.
craft
You
beer
shouldn't lie.
What do you mean?
Like that?
Lie about what?
You've never been a wee little fella.
No, that's true. Would
He's
you?
darker than he used to be.
Who, Casey is?
Bojangles.
Oh. He's probably been singed on the back.
I mean, he's dark. Like he looks like the black cat, but little. He used to be gray.
Maybe he's transitioning.
Anyway, go ahead.
Maybe
he
molting.
joined it.
What is that
maybe-
when they lose? Would you
Why?
rather use tinsel or garland?
Garland. Tinsel
Uh,
just gets everywhere.
You know, I don't see tinsel anymore. I haven't seen tinsel since I was a kid, so we're Garland folks, I reckon.
Would you rather have a star or an angel on top of your tree?
Angel.
Star.
We're an angel household. Let's see here. Would you rather decorate your house with inflatable yard decorations or classic lights?
Bofa.
I'm a classic lights guy, but the missus, she likes the inflatable.
I love the good old inflatable.
Final question. Would you rather have a minimalist Christmas setup or go all out like our buddy Clark Griswold?
If I had the patience, I'd go all out.
I was going to say, call me Clark Griswold, buddy.
That's...
I could, if I could, how do I say that? If I could, I would. Yeah.
I would too. I love what he's got. We do a lot of inflatables. We do lights. We'll get it all decorated. Well, I say we. There's a mouse in my pocket. I will have it all decorated Friday after Thanksgiving. So, anyways, that is the Merkley & Sons Choice Cuts question of the week for the fellas, brought to you by Merkley & Sons. And now we have reached the end here today. Thanks for joining us. And we're going to take one more trip around the table for some final thoughts, brought to you by Blessinger Insurance. Our buddy Chad Blessinger of Blessinger Insurance wants to thank all the new and existing customers that trusted Chad in 2024 with all their insurance needs. With that said, December is a perfect time to take a look at your insurance portfolio and make plans for 2025. Whether you added an addition to the house and need to readjust your homeowner's insurance, or you need to double check your amounts on your life insurance, Chad is ready to help you. Chad wants to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and Chad stands ready to assist you for all your insurance needs in 2025. All right, Smoke Dragon, outside of a glistening forehead.
Still?
Yeah, it looks like you just got done playing pickleball.
Yeah.
What say you?
You know, I don't have a whole heck of a lot. It's a little early in the week than we normally go by like a day, and the day makes a difference, I guess. So I just don't have a whole lot new. You know, I enjoy the upcoming holiday with the family and have a good New Year and whatnot, and, you know, be easy.
Amen.
Keep your stick on your ice. Stick on the ice. Your ice. Keep your stick in your ice.
You don't tell me where to put my stick, fella.
Zachary?
Well, according to my calculations, this episode that we're recording right now would come out December the 4th, 2024.
Uh-oh.
And then after that, that would mean that you would have literally 1, 2, 3 weeks before the big guy comes, before the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And you know, this is a little bit of a reminder and a note for the boys out there. Don't get whistle bit when you're Christmas shopping. Get your shit done. Get out there and get your wife or your gal.
Whistle bit, like wait till the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that.
Whistle bit. Don't get whistle bit. You know, get out there and get your Christmas stuff done. Don't procrastinate. Do it now instead of later, because, you know, Christmas is only 3 weeks away. There's only 3 weekends in the month of December this year, or before Christmas, I mean, or however that all shakes out, whatever. Mr. Monday's Yard says it's like 30-some days before Christmas. So
28, actually.
Yeah, 28 today.
Yep.
So get your shit together. Give thanks. Be grateful. Keep your stick on the ice, and catch you on the flip side.
Big thank you to Bob's Liquors, Dubois County Tire and Supply, Love Excavating and Neighbor Doug, Merkley & Sons, and, of course, Blessinger Insurance. We appreciate their support, not only this month, but throughout the year. Mm-hmm. We're very blessed to have people that invest in us, and very grateful for them in doing so. Not a whole lot on my mind. Just hammer down to the end of the year, and I don't know where 2024 went, but 2025 is right around the corner. But certainly enjoy the time between Thanksgiving, which is over now when you listen to this, and Christmas, to really double down on the family time, because it's important. So from Bojangles and the rest of the crew, it's time, fellas.
Let's do it.
Dutchman out.